Welcome to our channel. In this video tutorial, I'm just going to show the introduction of an AutoCAD software. So this is the icon to open AutoCAD. AutoCAD is a drafting tool that we can use to draw. It not any discipline oriented software. You can draw anything, whatever you wanna draw. You can draw using it's just a drawing or a drafting tool. Okay. When I open the icon, I'll get this screen. So once I open this, I'll get this screen. I have two options when I open the software. Okay, one is new, which means I'm just going to start a new drawing. Another one is a open. Open in the sense there is an existing drawing. I can open the existing drawing. Okay, so now let me go to the new. So once I click the new, I'll get this. Once the screen was open, I'll get this screen. So the screen means this is the origin of the interface. This will be the AutoCAD interface. It don't have a definite endpoint. It will be the infinite space, but it have the center point that we call it as an origin. We can consider the graph as an example. Here we also have the same grid lines just like a graph, and even we can also have the x and y axis. These are all the dimension oriented thing that we should know as a basics. If you don't know, don't worry, I have already uploaded a video for the basics and the conceptual for the dimensions. Okay, just take a link that is in description for that video. So now let me start this. This is the origin. We can use a 0, 0 as a origin. So green line represent the y-axis and the red line represent the x-axis. First, this is the grid just behind. This is a grid line that used for the reference. We can switch on off the existing grid. So using the F7 key, we can either switch off or on the grid lines. Even we can also use this icon to switch on off the grid lines. Then we need to know that how to fix the unit setup. Unit setup in the sense what is the system just we going to draw the lines or drawings, which means there is a systems imperial systems that will be followed in the European countries. Otherwise in the Middle East we all are using the SI system. Okay, how to fix the unit in this AutoCAD. So in AutoCAD we can use the command instead of using the tools, because from the beginning we don't have while in the previous version, it's a latest version I'm using, but while introducing the AutoCAD there is no tool in the palette. Okay, there is no ribbon for the tool palette. All the things will be given input using the commands. Okay, that's why still now those commands are working on AutoCAD. So let me use the command UN. So that is for the unit. UN enter. And now let me explain the units methods there are. So here it is. First one is an architecture. Architecture is nothing but we can give the input as a feet, width, fractional inches. Okay, so this method, this type kind of input will be given while using the architectural drawing. And then decimal system. In decimal system, we don't use the two units such as feet and inches, meters, centimeters. No, we don't use that kind of thing. We can use only one unit. Either it may be inches, it may be a feet, and it may be meter, centimeter, or whatever. Okay, and then engineering. So engineering the sense quite different from the architecture type. Here we can give input as a feet with the decimal inches. Okay, and then we can go ahead with the fraction in the sense we can give the entire input as a fraction. And scientific, if it is the length or width exceeding the given more digit, so then we can't give that exact value. So if it is if you are drawing any kind of GIS map or some kind of map drawing, now then you can't draw that kind of thing. So you can go ahead with the scientific. So now I'm just going to show you using the decimal alone. and here we can choose any unit. It may be a feet, it may be a meter, it may be inches. So I'm just going to choose the meter and click OK. So here I just fixed the unit. After changing the unit, we need to change the spacing between the grid lines. So how can we do this? Simple. We just go to this icon and right click on this. Here we have the grid settings. So once I click on the grid settings, I'll have the grids options. So I can change, here it is, the spacing option is there, and I just easily change the spacing. So I just want to change this to 1, but the value is depends upon our requirement, so it's not a fixed one. Okay, I'm just changing that for an example and click OK. So I just change the spacing between the grid lines. Okay, now we can see that how can we draw a line. Okay, for drawing the line you just need to select the tool in the drawing tools. Okay, this is the line, or else even you can also use the command L enter for line. Okay, so once you use the command, you need to specify the first point of the line. This is the first point of the line, and then you can also choose the second point of the line. So let me select, give the value for the length of the unit, that is 3 meter. I'm just given enter, and again I can give the 2, and again I give the 1, enter. So this is how we can draw the line. Now I just want to orient this line with the grid. So to orient the grid with the line, we need to switch on the snap mode. For snap mode, we can use the key F9, function key 9. So we can switch on off the snap mode. That's not be visible on the screen, but we can work with the line. We can feel that when draw the line. So if it is on, we can use the cursor. Now the cursor will be moved for a zero point 0.5 and the zero point 0.5. So only move over the zero point 0.5 value in near incremental increase, only over the 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. It won't, and also we can create from some other points, because we can also change that. Right click, and here we have the snap settings, and here we have the same options that is in 0.5. So if I change that, now if I draw a line, so I can draw the line only over the grid intersection points, grid junction points. So this is what the snap mode. Now we can see about how can we use the auto mode. Auto mode means if the auto mode is switched on, we can draw the line only over the horizontal and the vertical axis. We can draw the line like this because the auto mode is off now. So if you want to switch on the auto mode, you need to use the function key F8. If I press the F8 key, so the line will be only we can only draw the line over the x and the y axis, or parallel to the horizontal and the vertical axis. Okay, if the auto mode is switched off, we can make a line in any angle. Okay, so in this picture, in this method, we can give the input uh, length of the line as well as the angle of the line, but here the input for the length is inactive, so I'm just give the value for the length. Now I need to change the angle. If you want to give the angle input, you need to switch the input options. So if I press the tab key, I can give the angle as an input. So for I'm just giving the input of 35. So if I press the angle again, even I can also change the length. Okay, if I press enter, I can draw the line. This is how we can make an angle in some angle, make a line in some angle. Even we can also have another option to draw a line in some angle, that is polar mode. We can use the F10 key to switch on of the polar mode. This is the icon. So we can use the F10 key to switch on of the polar mode. So what is polar mode? Before we drawing the line, we need to go to the option for the polar mode. Here we have the incremental angle listed in the arrow that is nearby the polar options. Here it is the 25, 50, 75. That's increment of 25, increment of 5, increment of 10. increment of 15 and increment of 18, increment of 23. So these are all the by default values. Even you can also give your default values, which means you can also give the 7 as your default value. Now the 7 will be the incremental angle, and even here we have additional angle, so I'm just let it in 25 itself. Even you can also add a few more angles, so I'm just adding that 55. Okay, I just added two additional angles, and incremental angle is 7. Okay, I'm just give okay. Now let me start it from the 0. So here you can see that the line will be lock while moving the cursor, and line will be lock on the 7 degree, and then it will lock on 4, and so it will lock on 25. It incrementally the 7 is the angle that adding again and again 21, 28, but I added an additional angle that is on 25, and 55 I just added, so here it is the 55. Otherwise we will get the incremental of 7, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. So like that we can have the incremental angles. Okay, even you can draw like this also. This is the F10, the uh, key to switch on off the polar mode.
Thanks for watching. Bye.